Hello, my friends. Today's date is January the 25th, and this is a reading for you if this is your birth date or if this is an anniversary or special occasion date, but primarily this is a birthday reading for the year to follow. It's a four-card pull, a general energy card of something, some kind of energy that might be sustained through the year, or something that comes in to break it up, chop it up, and call your attention to it. The next card is a challenge, a particular challenge you might face this year, January 25th, and then an action to take to stay in balance, and then an outcome or synopsis card. So the general energy card of the year is about the sword, and the sword is about mental clarity primarily. The sword is about the pen being mightier than the sword. You know, that's the old adage that if you can think about things and come to a clear enough place where you can present your case and speak wisely to others who can then understand and come along with you, then are you more convincing than if you brandish a sword and say you must do this, or that you might have to fight someone who is pushing their own agenda on you in a physical way. But the sword is about clear communication, clear action, um, concise understanding, that comes from, I think, in a lot of ways, the ability to uh, hear both sides and all sides of things and think of things from a higher level. That says, well, I don't want to fight. Fighting only tears things down, and I don't want to tear things down. I want to build things up. The sword that is used for fairness and discrimination and to settle accounts and to settle scores is one that is, if it is of the mind, is of a higher sword and a greater use quite often than the one that is of physical level. Sometimes the physical sword is the right path, but most of the time the mind has the power to convince others, and we have to work toward convincing others to come to our understanding, to come to our side, to come to our seeing of things so we can find an agreement of how to proceed in a civilized way. The sword is really about trying to bring civilization into the modern positive age. You know, it's like getting away from the old sword fights, getting away from the old need to bash someone who just doesn't see things the same way as we do, or we did, you know, back in the good old days. Most of our pre-civilization, most of our pre-time now throughout civilization, the sword has been that sword that has brandished its way. So, is that the sword that you want to use this time? Probably not through this year. Or is the sword of clearness and analysis and higher understanding and learning how to understand it, but also then communicate, you know, where you are and what you need to do. So this is the particular challenge, the Nine of Wands, a crossroads. You know, you are at a time of deciding um, how to go deeper into your spiritual aspirations, how to go deeper into your spiritual studies. This is often a time of initiation into some kind of deeper mystery, into some kind of deeper organization, into some kind of place where people have studied their spirit and worked with their spirit and fulfilled their spirit in a great way, and calls you to possibly learn the mysteries of this particular group, whatever that means. Maybe that's all inside of yourself, and maybe this is just a calling for you to become the crone or the hermit and go into the woods and really hear yourself deeply and understand what you need to do that really speaks of your right use of your power, your fire, your wands, your right use of your energy, the right use of your anger, the right use of your will, the right use of your sense of who you are as a definition. And it's a rising up and above, in a lot of ways, the smaller sense of ourselves that has wanted to keep us down and keep us locked into belief systems that have negated us. But the Nine of Wands is at a crossroads. It says, no, I don't believe those negatives any longer, or most of them anyway. And I am proceeding in a positive way, a healing way, a sacred way to find my path and to go where my spirit really calls me to go. Maybe this is a case of doing Creator's will and not your own will, and how do you step out of your own way to go to some place where you're called to go, but you're, for some reason hesitant, and maybe don't know the exact path that you want to take, and aren't listening clearly yet to what your intuition, your emotions say. And in order to find out what your intuition and your deepest sense of healing and cosmic emotions say, what will take you in a sense of love forward on your path in order to expand and know deeper the mysteries and understand them deeper, and to share them with the world. How do you know what is the right path? Well, you have to listen to your heart, connected to your spirit, connected to your physical body, that says, well, I know the levels of everything that I am open to do, and I open this body to go forward. So how do you know? Well, this is the action to take. It is the grouse. And the grouse, one of the beauties of the grouse is it does a spiral dance. It's probably not one of the only beauties of the grouse, because their coloration, their ability to fly, their ability to create a great sense of whoosh when they take off, and scare people almost in their sense of power and majesty. But the grouse does a spiral dance, and it circles itself in a dance like a Sufi dancer, twirls itself in a circle. So what is this saying? Well, in order to the old adage that you can either sit on the edge of the world and be part of the cosmic hullabaloo of mind and energy that is taken to just living and listening to yourself and everybody else, just yakety yakety yakety, and never shutting off from society, never shutting off from cell phones, never shutting off from cement, never shutting off from your own yapping mind that always talks to you. So if you're always sitting on the edge of the circle, in the middle of that, or edge of the wheel in the middle of that flow, to come to the center means to sit in the center in a quiet space and watch the wheel go around you, and not be involved with it, not be so embodied in it, not be so bombarded by it. So you have to come to that space that the Sufi dancers and the sacred grouse know, that in order to get quiet and know which way to go next, so that you can know which way to go next, you have to get quiet and listen deeply. And in that sacred space of openness and attunement to something bigger than you are, as you spiral from your body out into the universe, do you understand on a deeper level your place, your call, your sense of yourself, and your sense of your choice of what direction to then take. So whatever can take you into that meditative space that shuts off the outside and comes deeply into your own insides is called for right now. And you'll know what the next route is. You'll know how to get ready for your next birth. You'll know what you need to go through, and maybe not what you need to go through, but you'll know the portal, and you'll know what you need to step into in order to find yourself and keep going along your path. And this is a beautiful reading, I believe, to learn how to come to the right path that teaches you through an initiation the deeper mysteries, the ones that can help you to make clearer choices, and use your sword of intellect and discretion and clear judgment and clear discernment to go forward in a way that speaks to your soul and speaks to your depth, and goes beyond the superficial of the day-to-day life that most of us lead most of the time. And in that deepening of yourself, your initiation into yourself, your groundedness into yourself, and the spiral dance of whatever that means for you, do you become the co-creator of your own reality in a bigger way. So that is the power of this day and the power of this truth. Blessed be to you. Ahoma Takwiyasa.